don't know why they'd consider you a hero. It's because of you I look this way.
I think it's your mom's fault. You should blame genetics.
Yes, perhaps. Except I think it's your fault. Be right back.
Why do they always run? He's pretty quick. Yeah, he's pretty fast.
How are you doing as I check our connection? A couple messages for the viewers, so pick a section, have a seat. Yeah, I know this is different, quit with the questions. Allow me a second, please, to make my first impression.
YouTube, what up? Welcome back to another Pounds 978 custom video. And right now, I want to show you these 2-packs. Marvel Studios, the first 10 years. Didn't really care about any of these figures, honestly. I know a lot of movie collectors do. But the reason why I'm bringing them up is you wouldn't believe how much I paid for these 2-packs. I got 3 2-packs, 2 of these Iron Man ones and 1 Captain America and Crossbones. Got them all 3 boxes for $30. A steal you can never pass on if you ever find something as glorious as that. But I think it was just probably that I got the hookup. I went and bought these at the flea market from a WWE seller who I traded a bunch of WWE toys with recently. And I don't know if he remembered me or not, but he gave me a deal of a lifetime. You just saw some back art. This is some side art. I'm not going to read it to you. You can pause it and read both of those if you like. Let's do both of them at the same time. I don't see why not. I don't really have much to say about them other than I got them for $30. I do want that Tony Stark, though, in that body because I want to make Mr. Negative, and I also want to make another Clone Hunter Spider-Man. And I wanted another Chameleon, but I'm not going to chase that figure. He's kind of rare right now. So to see this for 10 bucks was extremely exciting for me. I was so excited to get them. And again, I don't care for these figures, but I can see why some of you do. Looking at this Crossbones from a magnified perspective, he is done really well. Like, you can see the burned skin inside his mask. And I think that's pretty cool. And this mask looks pretty dope as well. So it could be used for a nice custom Punisher or something like that. Same with Cap. It's pretty cool to look at this Cap. I will say that it kind of has a Chris Evans resemblance. But man, this cat needs some chapstick. But he does look pretty good. They're using that true technology face recognition. I don't know what it's called. I forgot what it was called. Cap looks pretty cool. Doesn't look much different from the Civil War 3-pack, if you guys remember that, or any other single-carded Cap. I think the head looks a little more accurate because of the face recognition they're using. But even then, this head is really tight. And it makes me feel like I'm going to break that neck plastic that's glued in. It's kind of like it's a separate piece. And I feel like the more I take this head on and off, I am potentially going to break that. And so chances are I won't play with this figure often anyway. Unless I'm going to customize it, I don't have any use for this. So if anybody is interested in Captain or Crossbones, maybe I'll do a giveaway or something. I don't know. That sounds like a good idea. I'm not sure yet, but most likely. But here we got a comparison between the Civil War 3-pack and the other Cap. You guys are probably like, why do you have that? Someone traded me a while ago. It's crazy when you look at these guys because from the faces, you can see that the new one without the dirt does look a little bit more realistic from a distance. It just has depth in the creases in his face and stuff like that. The helmets are different. Everything else is the same exact thing minus the helmets. So it's odd to say that they're the same heads. I see the same expression on their face, but the helmets are different. And I'll show you in a second, give you a closer look. But it was the same thing with the Tony Stark. I noticed Tony Stark's new face with Tony Stark's face from the 3-pack is the same exact sculpt. It's just not painted the same. One is using the new true technology and one is being painted. And the difference between that is a bunch of like tiny squares, kind of like grid squares, kind of like pixels, tiny pixels that make up an image. And that's what's kind of being done here with the new Hasbro faces. To be honest, I don't know which one I like better. I think on Cap, the new style face looks a lot better. But on Iron Man, I like the old school Tony Stark rather than, I don't want to say old school, but the older 3-pack rather than this new 2-pack. But you can see the painting on Cap's a little different. The brown shades, the blue shades, even that red stripe is a bit thinner than the last Civil War one. The red on the new one seems a bit more dull. The old one's a lot more saturated, and the gloves are higher on the older figure. Steve Rogers head sculpt looks pretty good too. This kind of looks like Chris Evans. I know a lot of people don't think so, but I think it does to a degree. So I wouldn't complain if I were to buy this in hopes of looking like Chris Evans. I think it looks enough like him. For 20 bucks or 25, whatever you're paying, if you were to buy the 2-pack for the 50 that it was retailed for. I don't know what it was retailed for. Wasn't interested. Crossbones Jones. I think this is the chase figure everybody wanted from the 2-pack, seeing that no one has ever got one from the single-carded Marvel Legends. And he is kind of overdue as far as the comic-style Crossbones. A lot of people have been waiting on those. Here's a funny story. In fact, before I even started collecting, my cousin, who's same age as me, randomly had a Crossbones figure that he didn't even know the worth of it. And I didn't know too much about action figures, and we ended up trading it to the comic shop for like 15 bucks. Next day we looked on eBay and the shit was like $90. And he felt like a jackass, but so did I, because I didn't know anything about action figures. And so I was just like, yeah, man, whatever you got to do, get rid of it. But this Crossbones from the Civil War movie does look really nice, and I do see why a lot of people would want this. I mean, I'm not a movie collector, but if I were, this would definitely have to be in my collection. Same thing with Yellow Jacket. I like Yellow Jacket a lot. I just haven't had the chance to pick him up. This diaphragm joint, I'm not too impressed with. It doesn't really move as well. Surprisingly, the Doc Ock for a fat guy moves incredibly well compared to this guy. However, it does look good if you want a figure to just stand there and look on your shelf, have some limited poses, but still able to do a lot of the things Marvel Legends are supposed to do. Crossbones is a good pickup. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would definitely, again, if I was into the movies, I would definitely pick up Crossbones and Cap, because I had to pick up Cap. These gauntlets, they're all right. I don't know what you call them. They're not as detailed and painted as the chest armor, so I don't know why they did that. Let's take a look at this head, though. Again, from a distance, this looks pretty realistic to a degree. I mean, it's kind of soft, so it doesn't look so real, but it does look realistic. And it does look similar to the Crossbones in the movie. And if you look really closely in the mask, the burn marks are pretty much not the same, but you can see that they're in the mask. So you can tell that it is that guy. The eyes look like they painted the exact same way. He has these like derpy eyes. You can tell that they both are very similar as far as him looking at you. I do like the helmet version a lot more. But again, if you were a movie collector, that unmasked head is very valuable. So shout out to Hasbro for giving us, I guess, now that. Yeah, I like it. Looks good. Looks like burn marks. Little pointy ear. If you don't want him to be Crossbones, then he probably could work for Jigsaw from the Punisher show. At the very end when he got his face smashed. It's the only scene I've actually really cared to watch from the Punisher show. The Iron Man. Now in concept, this is really awesome. And I think it looks really well. If you just want an Iron Man to stand in your Hall of Armors, this is really cool. It's his first suit from the movies. If you guys remember that scene when he got kidnapped or whatever by the terrorist and he was in the shop and he just had to make things out of scrap metal with the other guy that was in there with him. This is what kind of came out. It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie, like the paint work, it has this wash, this brown rusty color. So it looks like it's been used and it's been fired at and it's been firing and a bunch of debris has hit it and it broke. Remember when he flew up and it broke in a bunch of pieces? So it looks like that and it has some nice lettering detail. I like the way it looks, to be honest. I'd give him almost like a 9 from the way it's painted and design-wise. The problem with it, you know what I'm going to say, articulation sucks. Legs go out that much. If I'm not mistaken, this is an older figure, just repurposed for this 2-pack. I think I saw that in someone's review. I'm sorry if I don't remember who it was. So I think it has a reason to be this badly articulated. But, you know, to throw it in the new 2-pack and kind of consider it new without any new accessories, shame on you guys. Shame on you guys for trying to sell us old stuff. It's like, shame on you, man. Like that Chuck E. Cheese pizza conspiracy. Don't sell me back my old pizza, man. Don't do that. Oh, holy crap, look, flame being thrown. Oh, stop lying, children. What do you know? Go back to coloring. Thought it would be a good idea to try to pop Tony's head on the armor. It doesn't work. That peg is really thick. So it's just not going to work unless you modify that head. If you got an extra one to modify. And this helmet head is really big as well. The holes is too big for that peg. So it looks good. It sits on there. It just doesn't fit perfectly. This you won't have that done at all. But that would look pretty cool if you could modify that and have it permanently on. This suited figure is the main reason why I was even interested in these 2-packs. I needed the suit, and I didn't want to pay for Chameleon. I know Nick Fury is out, so if I find him, I'll grab him too. Mr. Negative and a Clone Hunter Spider-Man would look amazing on this, so look forward to seeing that in the future. Well, that's it. I hope you guys like this unconventional review. It's not anything Spider-Man related, but it was a great deal. And again, if you can find these 2 packs for $10 each, I highly recommend you guys to pick them up. They'll always come in handy for something. Trade bait, customizing. Not bad. Well, guys, I appreciate the love. Feel free to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and subscribe, or don't unsubscribe because you thought I was leaving because I posted a song that says say goodbye. It says pounds, say goodbye. So thank you all who actually listened and watched the video and or read the description before you comment. It does make a lot more sense. But see you guys later.
If you choose to subscribe, you the man. Yes, you. Everyone below in the comments, yes, you too. Thank you very much for showing me love. Who knew? It's ironic how we think out the box for you too, right?